So in this Create Sell Bank module, we're just going to go over some e-commerce terms. Terms you're going to hear throughout the semester, and it's just important that at least you have some high-level understanding of them. So physical products, and they're products that, they exist in physical form. iPads, iPhones, etc. Virtual or digital products are products that exist in digital form. And these are PDF manuals, audio podcasts, videos, things like that. Online services are information and services provided over the internet. And this could be search engine optimization, often called SEO, research that you might do for folks, design, support, answering the phones, etc. So e-commerce is doing business primarily utilizing the internet. Some e-commerce businesses actually make a profit, though most do not. Now, keep that in mind, because e-commerce is hard, and I want you to not take this lightly, that you're going to be setting something up. It takes work and a degree of luck to be able to do things. Affiliate marketing is the practice where you get a commission for selling someone else's and other companies and other persons' products using e-commerce. An online or e-commerce store is a searchable collection of products or services that support search and is connected to a secure payment processor like PayPal, Authorize.net, Stripe. There's dozens of those. One of the biggest definitions is arbitrage. And this is the practice of taking advantage of a price difference between what you can buy a product for and what you can sell that same product for. And this doesn't matter if you are mining materials from the ground, raw materials, or if you can buy a finished product and at wholesale and you sell it at retail, and that difference is your gross profit. And we'll talk about that in just a bit. But arbitrage is such a ubiquitous term, but you really need to understand what that is. And we're going to go into that in great detail in this course. But so now you know. Cost of goods sold, or COGS. It's direct costs that are attributable to the production of any goods that are sold. Now that includes the cost of materials used in creating the good, along with the direct labor costs used to produce the good. And COGS excludes indirect expenses such as distribution costs and sales force costs and things like that. But that's COGS. Now, gross profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost of goods sold. So the gross profit is the price minus the cost of goods sold. The gross profit margin is the difference between the selling price and the cost of goods sold divided by the selling price times 100%. So the gross profit margin in percent is in the numerator, price minus the cost of goods sold, divided by the price. And then that whole thing multiplied by 100%. You will hear people talk about, what are your margins? What are your margins? Well, this is what they're talking about with margins, is you can, and of course there's net profit margins. There's all sorts of variations on this. List is not intended to be an MBA. It's just to give you some things that you can go in and look at. So what's sales? Well, it's the activity or business of selling products or services. Marketing is the business process of creating relationships with and satisfying customers' needs. New product development is the complete process of bringing a new product to market. And that's from this interviewing, understanding needs, conceptualizing, prototyping, testing, and getting the production tooling and the packaging and everything in place. And the reason that is a very, very, very difficult process. Now, probably one of the reasons that it is so difficult is the next one is product support. Once you got a product out in the field, what are you going to do if it fails? Are you going to have them throw it away? Are you going to have a truck go out with a service technician and fix it? You're going to have them mail it in. Are you going to send them parts and have the end user fix it? Very, very complex. So you need to think about this as you're designing your new product. So domain name, it's an identification string that identifies the realm of administrative autonomy, authority, or control within the internet. An example domain is unm.edu. A subdomain expresses relative dependence and not absolute dependence on the domain name. So an example is echo.unm.edu. That's a subdomain. A domain name registrar is a company that manages the reservation of internet domain names. A sales funnel, the path potential customers take from awareness, usually through a lead magnet, something free, you get cultivated, and finally you get converted. And those are the high-level stages of a sales funnel. Email marketing is the process of engaging your intended audience with product or service offers promoted using email lists that consist of users that have signed up or expressed an interest in the site. A landing page is a web page that displays after clicking on a link. Typically, it includes either a call to action, a CTA, or is landed on as a result of an external call to action. Design is the process of intentionally developing products or services that meet the needs of users. Innovation is the deliberate application of information, imagination, and initiative in deriving greater or different values by which new ideas are generated and converted into useful products. A prototype is a preliminary model of a product on which user and physical testing processes can be applied to determine the suitability and optimality of the design. Drop shipping, many of you have heard of this. It's a relatively simple business model where you purchase individual products directly from the product's manufacturer key thing is after customers order from your e-commerce store, and then the manufacturer sends these products directly to your customers. You don't pay for these products up front. You don't handle or store these products. You don't have to have them in your garage or your bedroom or your dining room. And your business risk is lowered through drop shipping, because if people don't buy, you don't have cash out of pocket. Now, one of the big drop shippers is AliExpress, and that's a Chinese website through which businesses sell products directly to other businesses or consumers. And their parent company is Alibaba, which is bigger than eBay and Amazon combined. Now, the disadvantage is some of the items have long lead times, but shipping can be less than 7 days, and the shipping price can be built into, or the shipping costs can be built into the price. eBay, it's a global online marketplace, and sellers list items on eBay with an auction type listing or a buy it now option. Now, the fee structure is really complex, and there's many parameters that you have to optimize to figure out the listing fee or sales fee. eBay, along with Etsy, and there's others, are ways that if you manufacture your own product today and you want to sell it in Create Sell Bank, list it on eBay or list it on Etsy. Now, Etsy has requirements that it has to have a high component of your own work in there. But anyways, that'll be very, very important. Amazon, It's a US based company. They just passed $1 trillion in valuation. That they're engaged in the provision of online retail shopping services. Two terms are FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, and that's where the Amazon FBA program, wholesalers, like you go to a product manufacturer and you say, I want to get this particular product labeled under me, and you ship it to Amazon's warehouse. And then Amazon does all the fulfillment. They package it up, they track the order, they do various things, and they take 30% of the selling price to do that. Now, there's the FBV, or fulfilled by vendor, where you sell your product through Amazon. It shows up on Amazon, but you fulfill the customer orders. The cost's less than FBA, but it requires handling products. And handling includes storing them, involves getting the shipping packages in, unpackaging them, storing them somewhere, and then repackaging those things up as you move forward. Here's some, one of the digital marketers is ClickBank, and they have many digital products that you can get. And you can get a ClickBank affiliate ID, which is your account nickname. And during sign up, you choose a unique nickname, and that's your ID for all your transactions, your affiliate purchases, your logins to ClickBank, and payments. And my ClickBank nickname is AJ Chaos. My consulting company is Adaptive Chaos, and that's it. A hop link is a uniform resource locator, the URL, which directs users to a specific vendor's pitch page or landing page, and informs ClickBank's referral tracking system of the affiliate responsible. Now, a hop link has this AJ Chaos, in the case of mine, built in. And we're going to go into this in a lot more detail later. They have an initial payment, a rebill frequency, average dollars per sale. Now, these are items that you want to track, whether you're doing ClickBank or not, but they're important to understand if you're doing something on ClickBank. The average rebill total, the average percent per sale, average percent per rebill. And all of these are really, really important. Now, the product type, physical products that must be packaged or shipped. And now the product type is a pitch plus upsell flows, where you can offer additional products to customers after the initial sale. And what that means is you can set up a funnel with one-time offers that if you've bought this, maybe you want this companion product, maybe you want 2 of them, and various things like that. We're going to cover funnels more as it's laid out in E-commerce Evolved. Many languages that they have, billing types, how long's the vendor been around. Hugely important is, are there affiliate tools pages so that they can help you market it? Again, we're going to go into this in more detail. Spotlight, mobile features, and there's dozens of other e-commerce terms that could be added to the list. And many of these terms will be defined in the course texts. And think about adding these new terms that you come up with their definitions on the back of your bug list journal, or somewhere where you keep these things. So anyways, that's a quick overview of some e-commerce terms. As we go through this course, we're going to have more.